Friends, welcome to our series of video shorts on financing a property, whether it be as a first-time home buyer, an income property investor, or planning to buy land for future construction. I'm your host, Mark Warden with Porcupine Real Estate. And we're very fortunate today to have our guest, Chris Nadeau of Lakeview Mortgage. Chris, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Mark.
As you know, Chris, we have a lot of clients looking for an investment property or income property in New Hampshire, particularly in the 2 to 4 units class of property. In a previous episode, we talked about how people can boost their credit score and prepare for a future purchase. So assuming people have watched that and done the steps that you recommended and they're ready to go, let's talk about the pre-approval process prior to even looking at properties. Can you walk us through that?
Sure. I always like to start with a phone call. I want to get a chance to introduce myself and understand what the buyer's goals are, what they're looking to do. Everyone's situation is different. And then after that, I'll send an email with a link to the application. And the application is really simple. It's just name, address, social, so I can pull credit, and then income and asset information with some yes and no questions. And then I ask them to upload a couple documents pertaining to income and assets so I can work on the pre-approval. And the reason I do that is underwriting is going to ask for these things. So I want to get these in the beginning to make sure there's no surprises. So when we do get to underwriting, it's as smooth as possible and there's no speed bumps involved.
And of course, it's critical that people get pre-approved prior to even looking, because you know how hot this market is in New Hampshire. And first of all, the sellers are not even going to entertain an offer if the buyer does not have a letter of pre-approval from Chris or another lender. So that's
100%.
Yeah. So we always make sure.
Sometimes every place is different, but I just had a scenario over the weekend where same thing. I've been working with someone for a year or two, and he just got in touch with me. He didn't send me his stuff until Friday night, and he was scheduled to go look at the open house on Sunday. The seller wound up taking it off the market on Saturday. They didn't even honor their open house. They just took another offer that came on board. So, I agree. The sooner we can talk, the better. And I highly advise at least a month or two in advance.
Yeah, we want to be able to pounce when the good opportunity comes along. Okay.
And that way, if someone has something they don't know about on their credit, or their income's a little funky or anything like that, we have time to iron that out and to make sure that they're in the best situation possible.
Okay. And then if you can just quickly summarize the different down payment levels between VA, FHA, and conventional financing for 2 to 4 units.
So VA, you can do 100% financing for multifamily. However, unless you have had landlord experience, which would be documented on your tax returns, you cannot use any potential rental income from the other units in the complex. FHA will allow for 3.5% down, and conventional generally is 20% down. There are programs that allow for as little as 5% down. However, they're income capped, and qualifying for those is extremely difficult with how high the purchase prices are, because it's not only your income, it's the property income as well. And 9 out of 10 times that income amount is over the income limit.
Oh, that's good. That's good information. I know it's arcane and it's hard to remember all that, but we have a lot of out-of-state buyers and investors who can't move yet, but they'd like to own some property in New Hampshire. So for a pure investor financing package, what's the minimum down payment there?
Thanks for clarifying that. Yes, everything I went over was for owner occupancy. If it's pure investment, then you're looking at 25% down.
There you go. And we have lots of clients in both categories.
Yes.
Well, that's super helpful information, Chris. We really appreciate you. Why don't you tell the viewers how they can get a hold of you?
Great. My phone number is the best way. It's 603-582-5626. You can email me as well at chris@nadeaumortgage.com. And I look forward to speaking with you.
Well, Chris's number is on my speed dial. So if you forget it or can't find the link to this video on YouTube, call me. Mark Warden, owner and broker of Porcupine Real Estate. You can find us at porcupinerealestate.com. And we're also very active on Facebook at Porcupine Real Estate. By email, hit us up at info@porcupinerealestate.com. Thanks for watching, everybody. And thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Mark. Have a great day.